What up, YouTube? It's your boy T Electric. You know, um, coming at you for another public service announcement, man. On my phone, like I tell y'all, I got um, this app called Citizen app that lets you know of you know crime and accidents or whatever, any type of emergency that's happening in your neighborhood. And I'm just not happy with what I'm seeing, you know, uh, string of home invasions. But before I get into that, I want to salute my brother, you know, um, 360 Tactical Solutions, man. I went and bought his shirt. I wanted to return the favor because he supported me, along with all of the other people that bought the album. He even went as far as making me a logo. I haven't figured out how to use it yet. I'm not that savvy when it comes to video editing and all that and shit. So, but I appreciate you, brother. You support me. That go for anybody that support me. I'm going to support you guys back, man. I appreciate every single one of y'all. And by the way, the Gun Freak album is out. It's been out since November 6th. It still ain't on Amazon, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on with DistroKid, but the shit still ain't on Amazon, which is costing me money because a lot of people want to buy it, but they don't have no means to buy it because it's only on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, and MediaNet right now, and it's just ridiculous, A lot of people cash at me for it too. They wanted it. They couldn't wait for it to get on Amazon. They cashed out it. So I salute every single one of y'all that supported the Gun Freak album. It's still available. I'll leave a link in the description. But right now, I'm just chilling and sipping, and it's a lot on my mind about these home invasions, man. Once again, what I want to know is I'm trying to tap into a person's brain and figure out, the reason why they think they safer relying on the police. Now, let me take you to the scenario. It's 3:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. You hear somebody kicking in your door, breaking your window, etc. What are you going to do? If you don't have a firearm, if you don't have a gun, your only recourse right now is to call 911, which you should do anyway, even if you got a gun. Call 911, okay? More than likely, the 911 operator is going to dispatch the police. Then she's going to tell you to go somewhere where it's safe for you to hide while the intruders break in your house and ransack your house. I don't know how it is in your city or town, but here in Detroit, it could take up to 40 minutes to an hour, hour and a half. It has happened to me where it took the police up to an hour to respond, the situation I was in. So on that note, if you are caught, if they find your hiding spot, because you ain't got too many places to hide, whether it's under the bed, in the closet, they're going to check all that shit. So I want to ask you, how does it feel you putting your life, your family's life, possibly your family's life, in the power of the bad guy, which is the home invader, the intruder? How could you stop that person? 9 out of 10, if they coming into your house, they gonna be armed they self. They're gonna have a gun. So I'm looking at my app, my Citizen app, and another home invasion happened last night. Woman assaulted, raped, and assaulted. Gang raped. 6 suspects, all armed, broke into her house and repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly raped her. Now, I know for a fact that if she would have had a gun, it would have made a difference, because most of them stinking ass, dirty ass, funky ass motherfuckers, when they see the first nigga get shot, the rest of them niggas gonna run because they don't want to get shot either. That's just how it go. You know what I'm saying? And at least if they do overpower her, at least she could take some of them niggas out before they take her ass out. You feel me? And that take me back to the politics. I try to stay clear of that bullshit. But what's wrong is what's wrong. I feel like, and this is no knock on no Democrats, because I know a lot of Democrats that love their guns too. Not the ones that's famous and politicians. I'm talking about regular ass Democratic ass people that happen to have guns. I'm not no anti-Democrat. I don't hate you. I love everybody. But what I don't like about Biden, the future president, is this time last year when the nigga came to Detroit and he went in that Detroit factory and there was a guy, this white guy. He approached him. He was like, Mr. Biden, what are your plans about, us being able to, to stay armed? I'm pro Second Amendment. I own an AR-15. Biden got all disrespectful, went up in the guy's face and was like, yeah, we gon' put in place some policies to take away those weapons of war. You don't deserve to have a weapon like that. That's a weapon of war. It's an assault rifle. I'm gonna take away your AR-14. And he was like, the guy was like, well, you work for us. If you're gonna be president, you work for us. Biden responded, I don't work for you. I mean, he was just so cocky, so motherfucking arrogant, man. And ever since then, when I saw him like that, man, I'm like, fuck that, man. I'll rather vote for Trump. I'll rather keep Trump in. I actually prospered up under the Trump administration. I think when Obama was president, I probably didn't even own a motherfucking gun. I couldn't afford a motherfucking gun. But I'm telling you that, Biden, the nigga, is out of touch with reality. And so is Bloomberg. Them niggas is rich. They don't live the life that we live. They ain't got to worry about when they go to the local gas station, a crackhead or some nigga, zeroing in on you to make you a target. They don't have to worry about that. They don't have to worry about a nigga breaking in their house in the middle of the night because they got private armed security. They got the Secret Service. You know what I'm saying? With MP5s, Scorpions, MPXs. They got security detail. And I guarantee you, they don't have no motherfucker, they don't have no motherfucking shotguns like he want everybody else to have. And I'm not knocking the shotgun. I have one myself. You know, a Caltech KSG. He wants you to have that old ass Alma Fudge one. And ain't nothing wrong with having an Alma Fudge. There's nothing wrong with the fudge. But let's see you try to defend yourself when you got 10 niggas invading your house with that fudge. And them niggas got semi-auto pistols and ARs, AKs, Dracos. Let's see how good you fare. No, anything is better than nothing. But when you got multiple niggas coming up in your house, you see this motherfucker right here? This is decent right here. This is decent. You know what I'm saying? This is 15 rounds. This is a Glock 19. It's 15 rounds. And I got the shit that go through bulletproof vests. These fucking civil defenses that travel 2,000 feet per second. Silver bullet, motherfuckers. You feel me? Okay. Now, this is what you need. It could be an AK. It could be an AR. But this motherfucker right here, look at this shit right here. That shit holds 30 rounds. This will level the playing fields. When you got something like this, just the sight of this motherfucker right here, a home invader will see this and turn their funky, stinking asses around and might even dive out the motherfucking window. Let a motherfucker try me and break up in my motherfucking crib. And when I say this, I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to hurt nobody. But you got to look at it like this. When them motherfuckers come up in there, break up in your house, you have to assume the worst. Ain't no motherfucking shooting a warning shot. That's just a bullet wasted. You got to aim to terminate the target, neutralize their ass. In other words, you got to kill them motherfuckers. You got to drop them. You got to drop they ass. Because you have to assume that they coming in to kill you and your family. I'm going to give you an example. This happened about 8 years ago. Might be even longer. It was a guy, middle class, suburban family. White guy. Race ain't really got nothing to do with it. But he was a white guy. Successful businessman. Living in the suburbs. Big, beautiful ass house. Motherfucker look like a mini mansion. He wasn't used to no motherfucking crime or nothing in that upscale neighborhood. But he went out, and it just so happened that these two white motherfuckers, these inmates, they just had got out of prison. He was at the wrong place at the wrong time. They peeked him out. You know, he probably was wearing his suit or whatever. And they kidnapped him and carjacked him. His first number one mistake was, and this is something you never do. You never take them back to your house where your family at. That was his mistake. He took them back to the house. You got to kill me. If you gonna try to kidnap me, rob me, do whatever you want. But I ain't about to go nowhere with you, so you can torture me and kill me. If you gonna shoot me, God damn it, then you gonna shoot me right there on spot, and I'm gonna fight for my life. I'm the type of motherfucker you gonna have to kill me before you drag me off somewhere. So let me tell you what happened. They kidnapped him. took him back. He took them back to his house, that pretty ass upscale mini mansion house. They got the whole family together, tied them all up. He had a son, he had a daughter, and he had a wife. They tied them up, everybody up. I think they made him go to the ATM. This shit lasted for hours. It lasted for hours. They made him go to the ATM. Make a long story short, they raped his daughter. They took him down in the basement, tied him up, took the wife down in the basement. They raped the wife right in front of him. Raped his wife. They beat up his son, tied him to the bed, beat him up, raped the daughter again. And when they was raping the wife, one of them raped the wife again. And when he did that, he strangled her. And let me say this. I'm not here to sugarcoat a motherfucking thing. If this shit is too graphic, leave right now. Because when it comes to being able to protect your family, you need to hear the real deal. I'm not sugarcoating the motherfucking thing. It ain't for no kids either. Y'all leave right now. If you under 18, leave right now. Because this shit about to get graphic. So, them dirty motherfuckers, when they was raping his wife, they strangled her to death. They choked her. They tied his two kids up. They went upstairs and they set the house on fire. His son and his daughter, they both died from smoke, inhaling the smoke. It was so fucking sad, man. He lived. He was in the basement. He lived. And I just don't understand I can't even contemplate how that man feel. Because if they would have had some type of plan, some type of contingency plan or whatever, they may still be alive right now. You know, if they had guns, when you have a gun, you can fight back. You know, so he gotta be having a lot of guilt on him. I'm gonna give you another incident. This happened about 4 years ago in Detroit. The case I just told you about, I think that happened. It was in another state. It wasn't here in Michigan. It was in another state. Another case, this did happen in Detroit. It was a couple. They were married. Majority of them happen while they think a nigga sleep. Especially here in the D. It was a couple, husband and wife, sleeping in their bed. Two motherfuckers, two niggas, broke in their house. I guess they didn't hear the door being kicked in or the window being smashed or whatever. But yeah, them niggas kicked in. Them niggas broke in and they laying in their sleep. These two motherfuckers went straight to their bedroom and just jumped. No, you a wild fucking animal. They started attacking the wife, jumping on her while the husband was laying right next to her and started raping her while the husband, they had guns. And I don't know how fine she was or whatever, but these motherfuckers didn't even waste no time. They started raping her while the husband was laying in the same bed, while the husband was laying next to her, raping her. But you know what? through the grace of God, they had sense. They had a gun. Them motherfuckers was in such a rush to rape the wife, they didn't pay attention that it was a gun on the nightstand. So the husband grabbed the gun, and the first motherfucker he shot was the nigga that was on top of his wife raping her. He shot that motherfucker dead in the middle of him fucking his wife. His dead ass dick was still inside of his wife. I'm going to repeat that. His dead ass dick was still inside his wife when the husband shot his ass dead. And that's what his stinking ass get. Dead dick ass get. He should have been shot and killed. Then the other motherfucker, he saw that shit. He started to run. He shot his ass too. Shot him. That motherfucker was so scared for his life, and especially if he getting shot, that nigga dove through. He dived through some fucking glass window. They had a big ass glass picture window. That nigga did the Superman dive inside that motherfucking window. He dove out of the window, glass and all. So not only was his stinking ass shot, but he got all cut up diving through that motherfucking picture window glass. And the police later tracked his stinking ass, because this happened in the wintertime. They tracked his stinking ass. They found his blood trail. His blood trail led to his stinking ass. And that's exactly why I tell you why you should own a gun. You got to take these motherfuckers out, they funky asses. You got to take these motherfuckers out, man. Because these motherfuckers is savages. They don't give a fuck about nothing. Your life ain't worth shit to them. You got to think about the mindset of a crazy motherfucker. You know, these ain't no typical ass thieves that just want to break in your house and just do a quick hit and run and get the fuck out of there. Now, these motherfuckers is coming into your house to terrorize you, to do harm to you, to rape you, to abuse you, to abuse your kids. Everybody, I'm telling you, every responsible person should own a firearm, some type of gun. You got to be a motherfucking fool if you put your life in the hands of waiting on the police to come. Police ain't no crime fighters, they crime responders. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to defend yourself. You know, just a couple of years ago, it was a gang of motherfuckers robbing people out in the streets and shit. They made they robbed this couple. They took them in the alley, forced them to get naked, to undress, take all their clothes off, and they videotaped them with their phones having sex. They got off on that shit. And after they got done having sex, they raped the woman and they even raped the man. Now that's some sick ass, freaky ass shit, man. They raped the guy too. They raped him. Fucked him in the ass. After they raped the wife. Now that's some fucked up shit. Them niggas never did get... They caught some of them. From what I heard, they caught some of them, but not all of them. It was another incident. Couple chilling in their house. The home invasion happened to them. They made them suck their dicks. They made them get naked, humiliated them, made the wife suck the husband's dick while they videotaped it. Then they made the wife suck their dick. Then they made the dude suck their dick. Then they raped the wife. Then they tortured the dude by sticking things in his anus, in his ass. Objects. Then they raped him. So these are the sadistic type of motherfuckers that you are up against that can potentially break in your house. Now I'm telling you, for your own sake, for your own good, you really need one of these right here. Like I say, it's a 30 shot. That's a lot of fucking firepower there. A lot of fucking firepower. This will get a nigga up off you. This will do it too. But I'm telling you, it ain't just one. It ain't just two. It's multiple motherfuckers doing them home invasions now. And once they up in there, they like, we in this bitch now. What the fuck you gonna do? We in this bitch. Well, you know what? Let them motherfuckers come to my motherfucking house. I'ma have this motherfucking beam right on their ass. And it ain't gonna be no warning shot, man. You got to kill these funky motherfuckers, man. You got to kill these bitches. I'm for real. Don't aim for no motherfucking leg. Aim for their motherfucking head. You know what I'm saying? And don't be getting no gun if you do decide to go get one. I can't express this enough. Don't get no gun if you ain't willing to train with that motherfucker. Know that gun. Learn that gun so you can know that gun. Get to the range where you can get comfortable shooting it. You know, learning in case it jam up or something, you know how to unjam it. You know what I'm saying? We living in some dangerous times. And I'm gonna tell you a story I just read today where they arrested a bunch of white supremacists and shit, man. These motherfuckers is ex-military. They got caught. Some of them was still in the military where they was doing all this shit, where they was smuggling guns, or it was a gun ring or something where they was, stocking up they, assault rifles and, AR-15s or whatnot. They already military trained. They were like neo-Nazis or whatever. And they infiltrated the U.S. military to get their training. And what their ultimate plan was to put their money together and buy a lot of land, acres of land, and set up, they little, camps or whatever, where they can live there, train there. And what their ultimate plan was to try to start a race war, where they said they was going to go into the urban cities and do guerrilla warfare and try to spark up a race war. That's some crazy fucking shit, man. So you got to be armed. I don't give a fuck what color you are, what race you are. You're a human being. And I don't want to see anything bad or hear anything, I don't want to hear about another home invasion, man. But you still to this day got people that automatically assume and equate guns with violence. And equate guns with being evil because they don't saw all this shit that the liberal media paints, like let a motherfucker go on a killing spree or shoot up a Walmart or whatever, a movie theater, and boom. Everybody else that have guns or like guns is a crazy nut just like that motherfucker. And that's how the media portray that shit. And I ain't talking about all liberals, but mainly the ones that's in the politics, the politicians, they love that shit. They eat it up. And they give them a reason to try to put these laws, anti-gun laws, out. To try to take away guns from law-abiding citizens that ain't did shit, that ain't broke no law. And that's unfair. You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up. But we not gonna let that shit happen. That shit is not gonna happen. I'm gonna say this now. You not no man if you can't defend and protect your family, man. I can't respect that. If you, especially if you a man, I can almost understand a woman feeling that way, but y'all need to change your way of thinking and be like, don't look at a gun as something bad. Look at it as something good. because this motherfucker can be a deterrent of motherfuckers invading your shit and doing harm to you and your family. You may not even have to, let a shot off with this. Just saying this motherfucker intimidate you. I know I wouldn't want to be shot with this motherfucker. I wouldn't want to look down. I wouldn't want to look down the barrel of this motherfucker, of what this can do. You have to look at it like it's dog eat dog, and only the strong gonna survive. Think about it. Put yourself in the mindset of a criminal. If I had a choice, if I was a burglar, and I had a choice to of two homes to break in, two houses to break in, to do a home invasion on, you think I'm gonna choose the one that I know they got guns? Nah, they're gonna go to the soft target. They're gonna go where they're gonna go for the easy kill. They're gonna hit the house that don't have no guns. So I'm all about being able to defend your family, defend your property. That's the last thing I want to do is kill somebody. If somebody breaking in my car or whatever, they can have that motherfucker, man. I don't want to take nobody's life. You can't bring that person back to life. You can always get another car. I don't want to kill nobody for nothing material. The only way I'm willing to use deadly force is when my life or one of my loved ones' life is on the line, or somebody else's life is on the line. That's the only reason I will use deadly force. And I'll tell you something else. They slick. They going and I saw on the news where they going and fucking with people's cars, purposely triggering their alarms, like in the early morning, late at night when they figure you sleep. They'll set your alarm off on your car, figuring you gonna come out there to disarm it or just come out to see what's going on. They put the gun to your head. So you got to be very, very, careful and no matter what, stay tactical. You know what I'm saying? And no matter what the situation may be at hand, don't never get yourself upset to where your emotion is overruling your intelligence, man. Think things through and do your best to remain calm. You know what I'm saying? Do your best. Because you gonna fuck up if you let your emotions get control over your intelligence. You bound to fuck up. And come up with some type of contingency plan where you can have a safe house or everybody gather up here, to a certain area in your house. That way you ain't got to really worry about, shooting somebody innocent, one of your loved ones. And this is very important. Always have your fucking flashlight attached to your gun.